Yeah, good morning. Good morning, all. Online students, is my voice is loud and clear? Clear, right? Okay, done. So let's continue with the statistics. So in the previous class, we are discussing about the statistics and in that probability particularly, and we have completed how to work on the probability of a discrete variable. And we have also seen the probability distribution along with the frequency distribution of a discrete variable. Now let us move on to the continuous variable. Okay, from here, let us move on to the continuous variable. And before moving on to the continuous variable, first let us see how to calculate the frequency distribution and probability distribution within the Python. Okay, now, so first here I'm going to take one data set. I'm going to select one data set. This is the data set which I'm going to select. Now in this given data set, I'm having in terms of both males and females. There is a column called as gender column. In that, males and females are there completely. Now, first we want the table, the frequency table. How to get the discrete frequency table means just by using the df of whichever the column you are interested, that particular column dot value counts. Dot value counts. It gives you the frequency table, means number of females are 9 and number of males are 7. This gives the frequency table. Now, so what is meant by frequency means nothing but graphical representation. Graphical representation of a variable along with their frequency is called as frequency distribution. Means the data should be on the x-axis. Data should be on x-axis, y-axis should be the frequency. So it is called as frequency distribution. Now, what is discrete frequency distribution means discrete, whatever the categories are there, that should be on the x-axis and their frequency should be on the y-axis. Now, if you see the what are the unique values means male and females are the unique values. And if I go to the value counts, males how many are there, females how many are there means males I am having in terms of 7 and females of 9. Now I want to apply the frequency distribution between them. For applying the frequency distribution, already I have told you frequency distribution means nothing but graphical representation. Graphical representation of the distribution on the x-axis along with the frequency on the y-axis. Now, SNS dot count plot. I'm going to use the count plot where x is equal to df of gender. So I'm going to select the gender column and whatever the gender column I have selected, for that I'm applying the count plot, and this is the count plot where I'm having in terms of males of 7 and females of 9. So yesterday also we have seen the same. Now, say probability distribution. What about the probability? I told you probability distribution means distribution on the x-axis. That is nothing but categories on the x-axis, probability on the y-axis. So how to get probability distribution means SNS dot count plot for gender column, but this time you have to take stat is equal to probability. If you don't take any stat is equal to, by default it will take stat is equal to frequency or count, both are same. Okay, and you are going to get the output like this. This is the output. So here you are having the probability distribution and this is the frequency distribution. What is the difference means on the y-axis you are having the count here, on the y-axis you are having the probability here. X-axis will be the same, graph will be the same, everything will be the same, and this is called as count plot. Now, sir, this is okay. I want in the tables or numbers I want to see. Numbers, if you want to see here, value counts you can use. Okay, this is a frequency distribution table. I want with respect to probability. So very simple. Whatever you are having, that value counts, just you have to divide by the length of df of gender, means by the maximum number of data. How to calculate probability? Probability is nothing but number of records satisfy the condition, that is females 9 will be satisfied. 9 divided by total number of records, that is 16. So just you will get the like this. This is one way. Second way is, if you want the same df of gender value counts, instead of dividing by the length, Inside this, we can write normalize is equal to true. Normalize is equal to true. Either this one or this one. Choice is yours. Normalize means nothing but percentage. Divide by the total. Normalize means dividing with the total. Maximum total number of records. Is the point is clear? Or sir, normalize is equal to true. I don't remember, sir. Go with this. You already know this one. Nah? What is probability means number of records divided by total number of records. Total number of records is nothing but length of the column. Just you can select in this way. Right? And if you want to represent them in a diagram wise, go with the count plot for frequency distribution. Same count plot for probability distribution, but stat is equal to probability. Is the points are clear for everyone now? So this is how we can do the same thing. Yesterday what we have done theoretically, the same thing in the Python. Is the points are clear? Now let us go with the next one called as continuous frequency distribution. Similarly, continuous probability distribution. Now for continuous frequency distribution and continuous probability distribution, first we require the data. So here I'm having gender column is completed, which is categorical column. Second column, I'm having the marks. Can you see the next column? Marks. I request everyone to write these marks in the notes. Marks of the total 16 students are there. So write only this particular column in the notes. Example purpose. Either you can write column wise or row wise. That is not a problem. 30, 41. You can write as a data points also, but write the same numbers. Completed? Now, let's see the first, starting with the frequency table, followed by frequency distribution, followed by probability table, followed by probability distribution. Total 4, separately. Now, whenever it comes to the continuous variable, you have to take the first one table called as frequency table. Frequency table or probability table. If you represent probability means probability table. Frequency means frequency table. Now, what is the difference between the continuous variable versus discrete variable means? In the continuous variable, you are going to take the categories and their count. Okay. Instead of writing here category word, you have to write the word called as interval. Interval and count. Okay. In the discrete variable, the heading is category and count. Category means nothing but unique value. Each unique value is called as each category in the categorical variable. Category and their count is in the discrete table, but for frequency table, it is interval. Now, what is meant by interval? So I told you continuous variable makes sense for the interval, not for the single value. For example, if I take the count plot, similarly, same count plot, if I apply for this continuous variable also, what happens means for 30, exactly marks of 30, how many students? Marks of 31, how many students? Marks of 32, how many students? For each individual value, 1 bar will come. For example, 10,000 students are there and 0 to 100 different marks are there. Okay, then in that case, assume that one student has got 1 mark, some students has got 2 marks, some students has got 65, 66, 67, like this different are there. 10,000 students are there and the marks are from 0 to 100. Now in this case, what happens? How many students are exactly 65, exactly 66, exactly 67? What I have to do with that? Exactly 66 marks versus exactly 67 marks. What make the difference? So I required with the students, how many of them are between 60 to 70 or 65 to 70. Now, sir, how you are going to select the interval? Interval size. The interval size is also called as bin. Interval size is also called as bins in the continuous variable. Bin size. Interval is also called as bin. Size means size only, common. Bin size. How to calculate this bin size means, this is nothing but number of maximum value minus minimum value divided by number of bins. Means total how many bins you want. Okay. So if you fix the number of, if you fix the size means number of bins will be calculated. If you fix the number of bins means interval will be calculated. Now you have, I ask you to write the numbers. Huh? In that numbers, tell me what is the maximum number? What are the example you have taken? 100. What is the minimum number? 30. Now number of bins. I am not fixing the number of bins. My requirement is size. What is size? Size I want to go with the 30 to 40. I fix it 30 to 40. That is my requirement. My requirement. I am saying clearly my requirement. So 30 to 40 I have decided. For 30 to 40 means next number will be automatically 40 to 50. Sir, first number 30 to 40 followed by 40 to 60. 60 to 85. Can we take like this as per our choice means? No. Constant interval should be there. It should be of constant interval. Everything is constant interval. Anything you can fix. Interval size is your hand, but it should be constant. For example, you want 30 to 35 only. Okay, go ahead with 30 to 35 only. 35 to 40, 40 to 45, 45 to 50, 50 to 55. Choice is yours. So here I'm going to log the 10. Then automatically the number of bins will be equal to how many? The number of bins will be 70 divided by 10, which is 7. What is meant by bins means number of this one. 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100. So 30 to 40. How many students are there? Just open in your notes. How many students? See, count for this. You count, please. Total, how many you got intervals? Total 7. Is that clear? What is the meaning of 7 means? 7 you will get like this. 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100. Now tell me how many of there in between 30 to 40 in your example? 1. The same thing you represent here. You take 30 to 40. Same thing you write here, 30 to 40 with a height of 1. Okay, this is the frequency. On the y-axis, frequency or count. 30 to 41. 40 to 50, how many are there? 2. So 40 to 50, 2 members. Sir, in your data set, you have already given the data in the ascending order. For example, in the given data set, they might be not in the ascending order. 10,000 records will be there. They might be not in the ascending order. Then what I have to do is, I am asking count only now. In which position they are there, I am not asking, right? In the entire data set, how many number of records are there between 40 to 50? Wherever it may be located, you don't need to convert in an ascending order only. Just you can. Sir, are we going to do manually like this? You can do manually if it is a small data set and you are working in a certification. If you are writing any certification exam or any exam, or then you are going to do manually. For example, 10,000 records are there. 10,000 records, can you do manually? No. Then what we'll do? We'll apply the Python code df of marks less than greater than 40 and df of marks less than 50, and you will get the number of records. In the Python, you will write the code. Here you will see the manually. Sir, where we have to do manually, where we have to apply Python code. Manually will be done. The entire statistics manually will be done only in the certification. When you are taking any certification, or when you are writing any exam, or when you are going for the interview. In the interview, they will not give the Python code to you. I mean, Python option, if they are not given, they ask manually. In that case, you have to do manually. For these scenarios, manual. Once you join in the company, entire manual things will be 0. Manual means what you are doing as of now, you are writing in the notes now, that is called as manual. That will not be done. So this is 2. Next, how many records are there between 50 to 60 means 3 records. So 50 to 60. And these plots should be attached to each other. What are these bars are there? Na? These bars, you cannot call them as bars. We call it as a bins. In the discrete variable, each of them is called as bar. But here we call it as bin. Why? Because it is a continuous variable. Okay. In continuous variable, each bar is called as bin. Why, sir? For continuous variable, why we have to call it as bin only? Very simple. For example, tomorrow if you come to me and if you say that, sir, I have drawn that diagram, and in that diagram bars are, I'm getting a wrong bar, sir, miss. If you use the word bar, automatically in my mind, it takes the categorical. If you use the bin, I goes automatically continuous. So, but for better understanding, they have given 2 different names in order to not to have the confusion. Nothing else. Next, 60 to 70. How many? 4. Just you are going to take with a height of 70 up to a height of 4. Next, 70 to 80. 3. With a height of 3. Now, next, 2. With a height of 2. Next one, last one. 90 to 100. How many? 1. 1. Now, total how many bins you have got? 7 bins. Earlier you have calculated that one, right? If the bin size is fixed, means number of bins is equal to 7. Is the point is clear? Now the meaning of number of bins is clear now. This is called as bins. Number of bins means number of bars, basically. How many bars should be there in the diagram? Is the point is clear? Frequency distribution is clear now. This is frequency table. This is frequency distribution. And this diagram is called as histogram. For this categorical variable, it is called as count plot. For continuous variable, it is called as histogram. Online students, is that clear? Everyone? Online students, anyone has any questions? Now, there is one question would be, okay. Now, what is the question is, sir, exactly 40 is there. It comes under first one, 40 to 50 category. 30 to 40 or 40 to 50 category. Which category it comes? Means by default, right side part is not included. Every time only left side part is included, right is not included in each interval. Means exactly 40 is there, means 40 will come into the this one. For the last one, automatically right one is included. For the last one, automatically right one is included. But for none of the bin, right one is not included. Now, sir, anyways, right one is not included now. Then you can take 30 to 39. Next one is 40 to 49, 50 to 59. Then there is no discussion now. Then it will be very easy, right, to understand. Then exactly 40 is there, means it comes under second category only, 30 to 39. But continuous variable will have decimal values also, right? 39.9 is there. Then where you will keep that one? If you take 30 to 39. Continuous values means including decimals also. In your example, decimal is not there, means continuous variables will not have decimals, right? So decimals also possible. Okay, sir. Then let us go with 30 to 39.9, 40 to 49.9. Like that, that will go like that. If you are having 39.999, then oh, okay, sir. 30 to 39.999, 40 to 49.999. Instead of writing like that, and that too, these bars are there now. These bars should be attached to each other. The bins should be attached to each other. Gap should not be there. If the gap is there between them, is categorical data. 30 to 39 will be considered as one category of people. The age of 30 to 39 will be considered as one category of people that will be separated as a category. When you are having the gap between them, It is considered as a category. When there is no gap between them, they are all one. Okay, continuous variables, there should not be gap between the bars. Is the points are clear for everyone? Frequency table and frequency distribution. Now, next, coming to the, yes, in the count plot for discrete variables, gap should be there. That is the difference. For discrete variable, gap should be there. Gap is there means this category is different, that category is different. Males are different, females are different. Gap should be there. We cannot attach them. Okay, is the point is clear? Now, let's move on to the next one called as probability. Now, how to calculate the probability? Next example is how to calculate the probability. Probability, you can directly, if the data was given to you, here the most important point for the probability of a continuous variable. This is only most important, and you have to take in the notes clearly this one. Probability of a continuous variable can be calculated in 3 ways. Three options are there. Okay, the probability options to calculate the probability of a continuous variable. 3 options are there. 1, if the data was given to you directly, whatever the data was given to you, just check number of data points satisfy your condition divided by total number of data points, which is nothing but probability concept. If the data was not given to you, also we can calculate the probability. How, and that everything we'll discuss one by one. You can write all these things in the notes so that we can discuss one by one, each of them. Done? Completed? Now, out of which first one is if the data was given to us. First, let us focus on the data was given. Later, we'll discuss remaining things. Okay, one by one. Now, in this example, the data was given to us already. So now I'm going to calculate in the same table. Earlier, I have calculated the, just 1 minute. Maybe I may get, okay, done. So earlier I have got the table, this one. Now for the same table, now I'm adding the probability also. Okay, the probability is nothing but how many number of records are there between 30 to 40. I'm writing here interval. Now number of records satisfies that interval divided by total number of records. If I write what is the probability of 30 means you have to tell how many records of 30 are there. I'm not writing with a single number. I'm writing with the interval. So number of records satisfies the interval divided by total number of records, which is nothing but 1 divided by total number of records are 16. So 1 by 16. Next, this one. How many records are between what is the probability of 40 to 50 means? It is 2 by 16, 3 by 16, 4 by 16, 5 by 16, sorry, 3 by 16, 2 by 16, again 1 by 16. What is the sum of the probabilities again? 16 by 16, which is again 1. In this case also, the sum of the probabilities. Wherever you go, the sum of the, whatever the variable it is, the sum of the probabilities will be 1 and the probability will lie between 0 to 1. That is common. Okay, the range of probabilities 0 to 1. Sum of the probabilities equal to 1. And next one is we are going to calculate probability based on the number of records satisfy your condition divided by total number of records. Right? Now, so this is the probabilities. Okay. Now let us see here. Okay. Now let us get into this here. First, I'm going to show you the histogram. How to draw the histogram is SNS.histplot. SNS.histplot. What is SNS.histplot means? DF of marks and bins is equal to 7. I'm writing bins is equal to 7 means I'm going to get the histogram like this. So the same earlier, whatever you are having the frequency distribution histogram, same answer, where you are having with a height of 1, with a height of 2, with a height of 3, with a height of 4. And interval of 30 to 40, 40 to 50 like this. This is called as frequency distribution of a continuous variable, or which is also called as histogram. Okay, plot name is called as histogram. Basically what it shows means continuous frequency distribution. Right? Now I want the probability. Means what we have to do? Additionally, we have to write here stat is equal to probability. So what is the difference between the frequency distributions along with the probability distribution? What is the difference between frequency distribution and probability distribution? Means if you are representing the, what are the frequency here you are having now? Graphical representation of a variable along with the frequency, it is called as frequency distribution. Graphical representation of a variable with probabilities, respect to probabilities means it is called as probability distribution. What are the graph you are representing now? That is distribution. Okay, graphical representation of a variable. Frequency distribution, probability distribution. On the y-axis frequency is there, on the y-axis probability is there. Now, if you are showing for discrete means discrete, for continuous means continuous. See, I am writing here continuous. So this is a continuous frequency probability distribution. It is continuous probability distribution and this is continuous frequency distribution. What is this diagram? Discrete probability distribution. This is related to discrete probability distribution. And what is this diagram? Discrete frequency distribution. Okay, this is discrete frequency distribution. So I'm bringing everything heading like this. See, this is discrete frequency distribution, discrete probability distribution. Similarly, continuous frequency distribution and continuous probability distribution. 4 of them. Clear now? 4 of them is clear, right? Now, number of bins is equal to 7 based on your interval. For example, you are considering the interval, you don't want 30 to 40. What you want? Tell me other number. Instead of 30 to 40, you don't want to see the students. Generally, as a trainer, what are the students' marks are there? I want to observe between 30 to 40, 40 to 50, something like this. No, you're not interested. Tell me any other number from where to where you want to see. Some number of your choice. For example, you want to go with the 30 to 35. Okay, 30 to 35 means your intervals, the interval size is going to be 5. In the formula, you substitute 5 as the interval size. Number of bins you will get according to that. 100 minus 30 divided by 5. Then number of bins are going to be equal to 14. Is the point is clear? You'll get the 14 bins. Yeah, number of bins cannot be decimal. For example, number of bins you can keep 10. Interval size can be decimal. Number of bins cannot be decimal. For example, 100 to 100 minus 30 divided by 10 bins I want. Then each interval is going to be 30 to 37. Interval size, what are the sizes there? The size will be 70 divided by 10, which is 7. So first one is going to be 30 to 37, 37 to 44, 44 to 51, 51 to 58, 58 to 65, like that with a sign. Now you got here 9. You have taken the number of bins is equal to 9. You will get some decimal value. Take according to the decimal value and add. You should have the things now. What is the use of that? Trying whether you want to check the Python is working or not, or whether this concept is working or not, or whether your requirement is satisfying or not. For example, if I take here 10, I will get in terms of size of 7 also. First one is going to be 30 to 37. Is there any use of 30 to 37? If you observe the number of students, how many students are there between 30 to 37? Is there any use for you? You have to apply that one. That logic you have to apply. What are the logic is there? That one you have to apply the logic behind that. We generally, for example, 0 to 100 marks are there. Then what would be the interval size we will be considering? Means 0 to 25, 25 to 50, 50 to 75, 75 to 100. Okay, this is one way. No, sir, my requirement is basically my requirement. How my requirement would be? I will say my requirement. 0 to 100 marks are there, means generally I will consider 0 to 70 as one category. We call it as them as failed students. Okay, 0 to 70, any marks is considered as for me fail. Up less than 70. It includes up to less than 70. 70 is pass. Now 70 to 90, I will consider them as average students. More than 90, I will consider them as good students. This is my requirement. This is my requirement. Okay. Is there any constant interval is there? No. If there is no constant interval, what I will do is I will convert the continuous variable to discrete variable. How you will convert to continuous variable to discrete variable, sir? Very simple. By applying the discretization. The concept name is called as discretization. And if you want, here I will show you the discretization. And just let's try this one also. If you open in the pandas nodes, there is a word called as discretization, and there is a function called as pd.cut. Okay, now see here. pd.cut function. There is a cut function, and within that cut, I'm going to cut the marks. What are the column I want to cut is marks. Okay. What are the column is there? The column I want to cut is marks column. And here in what interval I want to cut? Interval is equal to list of 0 to 70 as one category, 70 to 90 as one category, 90 to 100 as one category. This is my choice. There is no constant interval. When there is no constant interval, it is called as categories. It is no more called as continuous variable. It is called as categories. 0 to 70 I will consider as one category. 70 to 90 I will consider as one category. 90 to 100 I will consider as one category. Now I am converting a continuous variable to categorical variable. And the names, what are the names I am going to give for them is labels is equal to. Okay. So labels done. Here I'm going to consider this one as bins. 1 minute. Yeah. Ankur, just give me 2 minutes. I'll explain. So labels, what is the first name I'm going to give? between 0 to 70, I'm going to call them as fail. And second one is 70 to 90. I'm going to consider them as average. And third category, 90 to 100, I'm going to consider them as good category. Like this, I'm going to cut as per my requirement. Cut as per my requirement. Why you are considering 0 to 70 means my requirement. Okay, pure my requirement. There is no rule like that. I am considering my requirement. And now whatever it is cutting now, and I'm going to create a new column called as df of s underscore category. Okay, s underscore cat is the column name I'm going to create. Okay, now if I print here df, I'm printing the df. Can you see here? So all these students less than are considered as fail category, average category, good category. Now this is a categorical variable. Now for categorical variable, I'll apply the discrete frequency distribution and I'll see how many students are there. Between 0 to 70 as one category, 70 to 90 as one category, how many students are there? Above 90, how many are there? I'll apply for this one the frequency table, frequency distribution. Count plot I will apply on this. According to your requirement is satisfied now. You want number of people between 0 to 70 as 1, 70 to 90 as 1, 90 to 100 as 1. It is uneven interval. For continuous variable, it should be of equal interval. Is your questions are clear? Now, coming to the online students questions. Now, one of the student is asking the question. What is the question is Mahesh. Sir, others also got the same issue or only for me? I think it is only for you only. It is visible. Yeah, guys, everything is visible now. Online students. Yeah, Mahesh, I think it is visible for you now. No. Just try to relog in once again or try to log into the mobile. At the end, I will show you the procedure. From Monday onwards, you have to follow a different procedure. As every day, some students are facing the visibility issue or something. From Monday, everything will be resolved. I will show you the procedure. Using that procedure only, online students has to join from Monday onwards. Okay? Done. At the end, I will show you that. In meanwhile, as of now, try to log in from the mobile phone. As of now, please. Now, coming to Ankur question. Sir, number of bins and its size depends on the interval. It should not be decimal, neither the number or nor the size. No, the interval can be decimal, but number of bins cannot be decimal. Right? For example, here I am going to consider the number of bins is equal to 8 bins. Now 8 bins means from where to where? What is the first interval to what is the second interval? What is the starting number to what is the entering number? So it is going to take in terms of 8. So if I write here number of bins is equal to 8, okay, interval size will be 100 minus 30 divided by 8. That is 70 divided by 8. What is 70 divided by 8? 70 divided by 8. What is the value? 8.75. So first value will be considered as 30, 32, 38.75, 38.75 plus 8.75 plus 8.75. Like that, every time you are going to add, then automatically you will get the 8 bins. See, if you want, I'll do here. So you're going to get the 8 intervals like 8 bins like this. Now, what is the interval size, sir? If you want to see the interval size, we can't use the sns.hist plot. Then we have to use the plt.hist. That is available in the matplotlib. That is not available in the Seaborn. Import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Now, can you see the interval? 30 to 38.75. 38.75 to 47.5. 47.5 to 56.25. 56.25 to 65. 65 to 73.5. Like that, you are going to get an interval. But it will not make the sense for us. There will be no use of that. While doing the, you are making one plot means from that plot, you have to understand the data now. Why we'll make the plots or why we'll make the analysis to understand about the data. Whether it makes any sense for you, 30 to 38.75? No, na. Which will make sense for you, that interval, you log the interval and according to that, bin size will come automatically. But bin size should be round number. It cannot be the decimal value of bins. Number of bins will be either 7, 8 or 9, anything. So even if you take 10 bins also, so 10 bins you'll get. 30 to 37 as 1 bin, 37 to 44, 44 to 51, like this. Is the point is clear, Ankur? So that you'll understand in the further when I enter into the Matplotlib and Seaborn at that time. One advantage will be with the Matplotlib, one advantage will be with the Seaborn. If all the advantages are there with the Seaborn only, then no need to learn the Matplotlib. If all the advantages are there with Matplotlib library only, then no need to learn the Seaborn. Right? If one of them, if you learn, then second one no need to learn, right? What is the use of learning second library? Some advantages will be with that, some advantages will be with this. According to that, we'll use as per our requirement. In which case, which one we have to use? That depends on the project to project, scenario to scenario. I told you now. For example, if you are the trainer or if you are conducting one exam, assume that you are Naresh IT and you want to conduct the exam, and after conducting the exam, you will get the marks. You want to observe how many students are there, and according to that, you want to go. You will select a different interval. I will select a different interval. My analysis is different. Your analysis is different. Person to person analysis will be different. Every person can do the same project in a same way means everything will be automated. Here in the data science and in the data analytics, no two persons will analyze in the same way. One person will analyze in one way by adding the different types of questions. Is the points are clear? Now, see, tomorrow, I mean, Saturday, this Sunday, they are conducting one exam called as Placement Assistance Program. Of course, you guys are not eligible. That is only for the data science students. And if you are interested, you can take the exam also. But some students will say that, sir, I want to try the exam, sir. I want to see how it would be there. Just as a try. If I fail also, okay, but I want to give a try. Some people will say like this. Some students will say like this. Some students like me, they'll say that, why to write, why to fail? Are we trying our luck? For checking our luck, why to go with the exam? Go with and play the lottery game now. That is from my perspective. My perspective, I will never write any exam for luck purpose. If I know the subject, I will write. Otherwise, I will not write. Not for luck purpose. Right? So that is the individual, person to person. Some people will be interested. So I'll go for the interview, sir. If I fail also, I will get the experience now. I don't want the bad experiences. Or I don't want the luck experiences. Really, if I fail also, I'll accept. But from my end, at least I should be confident now. Before entering into the interview room, I will get the job. I should be confident now. While entering into the room, what is my feeling is, let us try the luck. That should not be my feeling. When I go to the interview room. When I apply for a company means, if I feel myself 100% this job, from my perspective at least, whether I may get, I may not get, at least from my perspective, I will get shortlisted. I will get an interview call. I will get the job. If I feel myself at least, then I will apply. If I am not having the feeling, I will not apply. And many students, they will apply for the multiple companies, 10 to 15 companies, and they'll say that, sir, one of the company also not shortlisting, sir. And first you are eligible for that company, sir. What are in the job description they have written? Have you seen that? Without saying, sir, in that something I'm eligible, sir. Did they told that something is okay? In the job description, they told that 50% of knowledge is okay for you? Or they told that any 2 sentences, if you satisfy also okay? Did they told that like that in the job description? Why to apply? Why to feel yourself wrong? You are not eligible means not na. Not eligible jobs also if you will apply and you will get failed means Why you are thinking that you are a failure student? Why to apply? Why to think you are a failure? This is from my perspective. Because we have not applied like that in the companies. What are the in the campus placements in the BITS Pilani, we used to get 100 plus companies. When I study in the BITS, we used to get 100 plus companies. Did I apply to all the companies, miss? No. No. Why to apply? Every company to try our luck, whether we get the job or not. No. Really, if they give the job also, whether I join in that company means only I will apply. And our professors also used to say the same way. You are not here to play the lucky games. You are here only to show your talent, and for your talent, take the money. You are doing the job means you are providing your talent to someone. And they are in terms, they are giving the money for your talent. Here, no luck is there, nothing is there. Pure business. If you are not having the subject, why they'll pay the salary for you? My professor used to say like this. We have prepared in that way only. And I have applied only for the companies. If the company says 6 lakhs package, for example, if I apply in Hyderabad, multiple training institutes will be there as a trainer requirement. Every day, every month, I will get at least 5 to 6 offers. So if I miss, they'll call me for the interview. Though I have not applied also through LinkedIn. Okay. Now they call me. For example, I have applied for one of the institute, assume. If I apply, they'll give per month for me 1 lakh rupees. Assume. Whether I will join or not. Yes or no. I know that one. Internally, I know the answer at least. How much is the capability of that company, I know. At the same time, if they give that salary, whether I will join or not also, I know. If I know the answer that I will not join for that salary, should I try time pass interview? So this all depends on person to person. Why I'm saying all these things means your analysis will be always based on the person to person. None of the two persons will do the same kind of analysis, same type of questions. As of now, when I'm discussing, as of now, just in front of you, I'm discussing now. Now also, some students will think in a logical way. Some students will think that sir was deviated from the subject. Some students will think that why he's saying unnecessarily all these things to us. Some persons will think that every person is extremely talented. Like this, if genuinely if you go means never will get the jobs. Internally, they'll think like this. It depends on the individual character. Some people are ready to do the fake experience. In this class, if my guess is correct, at the end of the course, they'll keep some kind of fake experience. Some people will not keep the fake experience. While they keep the fake experience means in order to get the high pay, better pay. Okay, if you add 2 years of experience, they'll get more 2 lakhs more. So for getting the money, you'll cheat others. That is your character. Basically, for getting the money, you'll cheat the others. Tomorrow, for the same 2 lakhs, if others cheat you, is this correct or not? No. Others should not cheat me. I can cheat others. What is this stupid logic? You are today cheating the company by keeping some kind of fake experience. It is not called as cheating. Whether it is called as cheating or non-cheating. Don't tell me the reasons behind that. Answer is whether reason might be anything. Situation might be anything. What you are doing is correct or wrong. Only that one. For taking even the person who will do the murder, he will also tell one situation. According to him, doing the murder is also correct only. So he'll say that I'm getting 1 crore rupees. My family is having this problem, that problem. For that 1 crore rupees will help me so that I have done the murder. No, murder is correct. We have to apply that one. That depends on the individual. Some people will say that doing the robbery is wrong, but cheating the company, IT company is correct by keeping the fake experience. They only should understand the logic behind that. I can't say the reason. I can't debate on that. I simply ignore. I can say only one point, whether it is in the starting or whether it is ending. Whenever you want to keep the fake experience, don't discuss with me. I'm not the right person to you. Because how to cheat others, I can't train you. I don't know. The reason behind that is I don't know first. How to behave in front of others by keeping the fake experience, how to go to the consultant, get this one, that one. I don't know first. To train you, first I should know now. The trainers who will train on this, they are experienced in that. Maybe I'm not the right person for you because I'm not having the experience in that. How to bring the fake experience, how to give a fake smile in front of others, though you are not interested with them also. These things I don't know, basically. Right? So I can't train you on that. Whatever I know, I can train. I don't know means how I can train. Again, all these things, everything is related to our subject only. I'm saying nothing is out of. Only one point is person to person depends. You have to apply the logics. In the data analytics, pure logics are there. Okay. Now, interval of 30 to 40 will make sense. 30 to 35 will help you. That you have to understand. According to that, you have to write. That number you have to write. And if it is not a constant interval, in that case, you have to do like this. This is called as discretization. Heading is called as discretization. Keep the heading called as discretization. Okay. What is meant by discretization? Means converting continuous variable to discrete categorical variable. Converting a continuous variable to discrete categorical variable is called as discretization. Okay. So when we have to apply the discretization means when we are not having a constant interval and we want to observe. For example, I work on a healthcare project. In the healthcare project, different patients will be there. Some patients in a childhood only, they'll get the sugar problem, diabetic problem. Some people, adults will get the diabetic problem. Now I want to observe how many children are suffering with the diabetic. According to you, what is children means? Children means what is the age of children? 0 to 12 years, assume. I'm going to consider the interval size as 0 to 12. 12 years people I consider as children. Oh, no, sir, I'll consider only 10 years. Okay, take 10 years as per your choice. So finally, I want to check how many children are suffering with the diabetics. For that, continuous variable will not support for me. For that, what I'm going to do, 0 to 12 years, I'll convert as a children. 12 to 19 years, I'll consider as teenagers. 19 to 30, I'll consider as youngsters. 30 to 60, I will consider as them as middle-aged people. Above 60, I'll consider as senior citizens. This is my requirement. Now I want to see how many children are suffering from the diabetics. How many youngsters are suffering from the diabetics? How many middle-aged people are suffering with the diabetics? How many teenagers are having the diabetics? So that I want to apply the logic behind that. Like that. For example, let's see here only. Forget about this column is not given to you. Let's remove this column. This column, whatever the column you are having, let's remove this column. This column is not there. Okay. You are having the input data like this. Now males are there, females are there. Now, how many of the males are having how many males has failed? How many females has failed? How many males are average? How many females are average? At the same time, how many males are good? How many females are good students are there? This is my requirement. Okay. Or simply failed, non-failed. Sir, what is meant by failed? Less than 70 failed, greater than 70 non-failed. Okay. Now, how many females are there with that? How many males are there with that? That is my requirement. With the original data, can you do the analysis like that directly? You can apply the group by. You can apply the group by of males and females. Again, in that you have to check with respect to how many of them are less than 70, how many of them are greater than 70. First, you have to separate the males. And male data is separated. Within the males, again marks greater than 70. Again in the females, greater than 70. Like that you have to do. Instead of that, what I'm going to do means, see, observe here. I'm going to consider the labels as fail, and second label I'm going to consider as pass. Non-failed students called as pass. So 0 to 70 is considered as one interval. 70 to 100 is considered as one interval. How many intervals are there here? Only two intervals are there. So two intervals are there means two labels. For example, if I write here 70 to 90, 90 to 100 means three intervals will come. Then here three labels should be there. Okay. Now here I'm going to write 0 to 70. Sir, how you know 0 means? Before to that I'll check the minimum value now. To come to this stage, first I have to complete the minimum value, right? After that only this stage will come now. Measures of central tendency, measures of dispersion. After that this will come in the project, in the real-time project. So first I'm going to check the minimum value, maximum value. What is the minimum and maximum? According to that, I will write the numbers. If the maximum number in my data set is 200, I will write here 200. According to that, right? Now see here, I'm having the failed and passed. After that, I'm going to apply the PD dot cross tab. Cross tab should be applied on the two different categorical variables. I'm going to apply the cross tab on the gender column, and along with the df of second column is df of what are the new column I have created, s underscore category. So I'm going to get this one, df. So within the females, how many failed, how many passed? Within the males, how many failed, how many passed? This is my requirement, I told you, right? Within the females, how many failed, how many passed? Within the males, how many failed, how many passed? And this concept is called as analysis. This is not related here. Since one of the student has asked if I want different interval, what we have to do, I have came out of that one and I am explaining all these things. But this you'll understand further. Once the statistical measures are completed, all the measures are completed, inferential statistics is completed, then we'll move on to the analysis. Different types of plots and analysis. Is the point is clear for everyone? Now, so this is a continuous frequency distribution along with the continuous probability distribution. Now, what are the continuous frequency distribution you are having? And cumulative frequency. What is meant by cumulative? Earlier you have taken the example. What is the example table you have taken, miss? 30 to 40. How many students are there? 1. 40 to 50. 2. 50 to 60. 3. 60 to 70. 4. 70 to 80. 3. And 80 to 90. 2. 90 to 100. 1. Okay. Right. This is the one earlier which you have taken, and this is called as frequency, and this is called as interval. Now I'm going to consider the cumulative frequency. Next heading is cumulative frequency. Shortcut I have written as CF. The full form of CF is cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency. Now what is meant by cumulative frequency? Okay. Now let's see this cumulative frequency, the meaning of cumulative frequency. Now in the cumulative frequency, we are having a like this. What is meant by cumulative means from the starting to this. Every time from the starting to end number. For this interval, what is the starting number? This one. Ending number is this one. So 30 to 40, how many people are there? Means 1. Means for the first interval, the normal frequency and cumulative frequency both are same. Second one, cumulative means adding the above 2. Means now what is the starting point? Means 30. 30 to 50. Every time starting number will be fixed to 30. Ending number is in that interval what is there. So that is called as cumulative. Cumulative means you are accumulating the multiple frequencies. First frequency or these two you have to combine. That is nothing but 3. Now you have to combine first 3. Means 30 to 60 I want. 30 to 60, how many are there? 6. 30 to 70, 10. 30 to 80, 13. 30 to 90, 15. 30 to 100 means this is total. Total we are going to get at the end. That is called as cumulative frequency. It is cumulating every time from the starting to cumulating. Or if you want, say 50 to 80, that is also called as cumulative frequency. Yeah, combining any two bins, if you combine also, it is called as cumulative. Yes, that you'll understand in the further. I told you the further Z-score probability. I told you now different ways of calculating probability. In that cumulative density, cumulative probability function will come. Okay, this is called as cumulative frequency. Now see, this is the output. 1, 3, 6, 10, 13, 15, and 16. Every time the bars will increase. Never the bar will decrease. Sir, with that, for example, that interval is not having any number. 0 is there. At that time, the bar height also will be the same, but it will not decrease now. Either it will be the same or it will increase. But it will not decrease. The bin. Never the bin will decrease. Cumulative frequency. Wrong analysis. No. You'll understand in the further. The advantage of cumulative you'll understand in the further. Okay, as of now, just you can see cumulative frequency. I'll tell you the advantage of cumulative frequency in the further. Cumulative frequency is there. At the same time, cumulative probability also is there. Next one is cumulative probability. Now, what is meant by cumulative probability means that same example, remember, same example I will show you in the further also, and I will explain clearly. Okay, application you will see in the further. Okay, now 30 to 40 cumulative probability. What is the cumulative probability means? 1 by 16. 30 to 50, what is the probability of 30 to 50 means total number of records satisfying the 30 to 50, that is 3 records. Total number of records are 16. So cumulative probability is 3 by 16, 6 by 16, 10 by 16, 13 by 16, 15 by 16, and total probability is equal to 1, which is 16 by 16. 16 by 16. You are going to get like this. Now, how to calculate the cumulative probability? This is table wise, manually. Manually, you have calculated. Everyone is clear with cumulative frequency and cumulative probability? Cumulative means from starting to there. Every time starting point is fixed. Starting to this point. Starting to this point. What is the probability? Probability from starting to 80. Starting to 80. Starting to 80 means from 30 to 80. What is the probability? 13 by 60. Sir, what is the advantage of starting to 80 means? Simply it is asking how many students are less than 80. That is the meaning of this. What is the meaning of less than 80 means starting to 80. That is the advantage of cumulative probability. Whenever they give the question, how many students are less than this number, the meaning is from starting automatically. Is the point is clear? The advantage of cumulative probability. If you ask how many students are less than 70, directly you can say for 70, what is the cumulative probability? 10 by 16. Okay, sir, if this is not there also, we can see that total number of students, how many satisfied? 6, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, that is 10. 10 by 16, that is also same answer. In the same way only I calculated now. This calculation also same way only now. It is not different, right? Extra I have created a column. If you write this column, while if I ask how many students are less than 70 means, you will directly say the 10 by 16. Here number is available, you will say directly. For example, this column is not there. Assume this column is not there for you. Then in that case, what happens? you are going to do manual calculation and you are going to say for me, assume this column is not there, this column also not there. If I ask the question, how many students are less than 70 means, in that case also you'll do the same only now. Anything special you'll do. From starting to 70, what is the total number of records divided by total number of records. How many records satisfy your condition? That is starting to 70 divided by total number of records. Same. Just you have created as a column. One more column extra you have created. Cumulative probability and cumulative frequency. Okay. So whenever they ask the less than, this is cumulative. Automatically for that number less than means starting to. By default, starting to. Greater than. If they ask greater than symbol, from here a large number, maximum number. The meaning of this one is, for example, x less than 70, x less greater than 70. What is the meaning of this one means? What is the probability from the minimum value to 70? Minimum value or starting value? Minimum value to 70. If they ask this question, what is the from 70 to maximum value? That is the meaning. Greater than 70 means more than 70, that is 70 to maximum value. Less than 70 means from minimum value to 70. So this is the probability distributions. Is the points are clear? Done. If you are having any questions, you can ask what are the questions you are having. And most important, from Monday onwards, online students, okay, while you have to log in first by creating your account. Here there is an option called as create an account. Only online students from Monday onwards, while attending the class, you can't attend directly through the link. Till now, you may click on the join meeting and you may write here the meeting link and password, everything. But from Monday onwards, it is not going to work. So first you have to click on the create new account and you have to give your mail ID and you'll get mail ID will be verified by the backend team. Okay, backend team is going to verify your mail ID and mail ID once it is verified, then next it will go to the next step of the process. Okay, just give me 1 minute. I'll show you clearly step-by-step process also. Just 1 minute. And from Monday onwards, you have to follow this process. And using this process only, that too after installing the app only. After installing the app, then only you can access the link. Okay, done. So just give me 2 minutes of time. I'll show you the step-by-step process for online students. And from there, through the same process, you have to join from the Monday onwards. Just 2 minutes. Even if any offline student is trying to convert to online also, procedure is same. And we are going to share this same thing to you. Okay, the same thing will be shared to you in the Google Drive. Okay, in the Google Classroom will be shared. What are the PDF I'm showing to you now. Just 1 minute. I'll share my screen and please confirm everyone are able to see my screen or not. Okay, so first you have to use the mail ID. Okay, create an account and here you have to enter your register mail ID. And while registration, you have given one mail ID and that mail ID is not working now. If you say any reason also, Naresh IT team is not responsible for that. And you have to use the same mail ID. Okay, registered mail ID only you have to use. Whatever you have given the mail ID for at the starting of the joining of the course and for course fees with what mail ID you have given, the same thing. And once using your mail ID, once you sign up, you will get a some kind of confirmation code to your mail. And you have to enter that confirmation code and you have to set the password. And what are the name, it has to be displayed on the WebEx. you can write what are the name, I mean your name, right? And once you write the name, then, and this will be, the code will be sent only to the students who has paid the course fees, and remaining students will be ignored. Once the student has not received any confirmation code, miss, you have to contact the team, Naresh IT team. And once your mail was created and password is created, then you have to install the WebEx app. 100% you have not browser, only WebEx app. In the WebEx app, once you open, after successful login, after your login, here you will see there is an option called as meeting. And for which course you have enrolled, for that particular course, it will be displayed. Only that course will be displayed. Other course will not be displayed. And that course you have to click, and you have to click on the join. Okay, in this way only you can join. There is no other option to join. If you take one of the meeting ID from your friend, and if you are trying to log in also, you can't log in. Naresh IT team is going to disconnect you. And try to complete this process by today. Don't keep till the Monday morning. Don't try to create the account on Monday morning and don't ask the verification code was not sent. Don't get into the hurry burry. Okay, try to complete this one today only. The process is clear, right? Yeah, if you are following from the starting, miss, continue with the same. Others, it is fixed. Others, it is fixed for now. So till now what we are doing, some of the students are joining through WebEx link also. They are collecting the link from the other friends or something, and outsiders are also joining. Now there is no chance of outsiders. Okay. Is the point is clear now? And the students who has paid the fees only, they can attend, and the remaining students will be eliminated. Clear, guys? Any questions? Yeah, Chetan, sir, once cumulative probability code. Yeah, cumulative, whether it is frequency or whether it is probability, you have to write here cumulative is equal to true. Cumulative is equal to true. If you don't write cumulative is equal to true, it will give only. It will give only in terms of normal frequency distribution. If you write cumulative is equal to true, you will get the cumulative frequency distribution. Okay, if it is no cumulative, if you are not given cumulative, it is frequency distribution. If you write here cumulative is equal to true, it is cumulative frequency distribution. And if you want the probability, then you have to add the additionally stat. Stat is equal to probability. So same way, earlier how you have done here, stat is equal to probability. This probability you have got now. Now here you have to add the cumulative is equal to true. Is the point is clear, Chetan? Right? Done. Tomorrow we are having the class. Okay, we'll have the class tomorrow also, and we'll try to complete the descriptive statistics tomorrow. Okay, we'll complete the descriptive statistics tomorrow, and next week, first Monday and Tuesday, we'll complete the inferential statistics. Followed by next 3 days, we'll complete the Matplotlib and Seaborn. Okay, by next week, entire Python, data pre-processing, everything will be completed. And I told you the SQL advanced topics now. That will complete once we complete this one in the flow. Once we complete this one, we'll see the SQL advanced topic. Next Saturday also, we'll have the class along with you and 10:30 batch. And by next week end, that is by November 30, by next Saturday, your within the syllabus copy, whatever was given for Python, Python for data science, data pre-processing, EDA, and SQL, everything will be completed. By 30th of this month, till that everything will be completed. In the next month, we'll focus only on the data analysis project. For 2 weeks, we'll work on the Power BI. For 2 weeks, we'll work on the Tableau. And we'll do the complete project. Once by end of this month, everything is completed means automatically you'll understand the analytics project step by step. Okay. So you're going to do the multiple projects from there. By end of this month, you'll have the, then you can check the syllabus copy. Everything will be completed apart from the Power BI and Tableau. Of course, Excel also. Okay, Python for data science, data pre-processing, EDA, SQL. Everything, every topic will be completed by 30th. Tomorrow also we are having the class. This Saturday we'll have the class. Next Saturday also we are having the class. Tomorrow's class is statistics. We'll complete the descriptive statistics in the tomorrow's class. Okay. And tomorrow's class might be extended for 2 hours. I mean, 1.5 hour class, general class, na? Along with that, additional half an hour might be extra. Okay, plan accordingly. Don't fix the program for 10:30 itself. So the class may go up to 11 o'clock for tomorrow. Done. Yes. Still any questions? I'm going to upload you the task of statistics along with the task solutions of the previous one. Everything will be updated. Your Google Drive will be updated by today evening. And you can cross check. Any questions, guys? Yeah, notes of statistics already I have uploaded. Open your drive. There is a folder called as descriptive statistics. In that, what are the PDF you are having? Just scroll down. In the single PDF only, you have to scroll down. Okay. Yeah, done. Still any questions? Yeah, if no questions, you can leave. Thank you.